Oops, hey, it helps if I actually launch the game. Alright, we're launching the game now. It's like, behold of all this awesome thing that's like not there. It's completely black. Take a few seconds for it to appear. The loading screen, for whatever reason, does not play well with the Twitch OBS game capture mode, but at least the rest of the game does. Hey, everybody, we're back! I was sort of planning on doing like a watch me work kind of stream, but I was like trying to get set up for that, and I got a little bit more prep work I need to do for that project before I can start streaming with it, because otherwise it's going to be a whole lot of me staring at a browser window reading some documentation. So it's going to be like probably at least a few more days before I do that. I'm also waiting for watchmework.com. It's Labor Day today, and I probably won't get back to me for a few days, but he and I have talked in the past, so he knows who I am. So hopefully he'll be able to reset my password for me. The site itself does not have a reset password functionality on it, so send an email request over to him. I did create a brand new account just to see if I could get it to work, and it will probably work just fine. It's just that I will lose my history because I have had some videos uploaded to that site before, and I also lose my featured streamer status on that because I was an early adopter on that site. And I kind of dropped out over the past few years, mostly because I'm working now, so all my work is proprietary. I can't really, do a stream of me working on code that, my employer probably doesn't want me to kind of like broadcast out to the world. It's probably not that big of a deal if it did get out there, but nonetheless, NDAs being what they are, yeah. So I had to drop off that site for a while, but I kind of want to get back on because I want to try to see if I can finish this project of mine within a year. Well, not within a year, I'm sorry. Before 2022. That's the goal. If I can get a working game, doesn't have to be a great game, just a working game, in that period of time, I'd be super happy. I'm looking forward to that, to being able to do that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not expecting this to be a replacement for my current job, but it'll be nice if I can get this done because I've been kind of like brewing on this project now for 10 years, and it has gone nowhere. So yeah, it'll be kind of fun when I finally get that done. All right. I'm going to pause that because I don't need to be streaming. Of course, now it says my live viewer count is going to go from 1 to 0 now that I paused the preview. Right. I guess that's one way to bump up your numbers is just watch your own stream as you're streaming. But it also takes up bandwidth. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up our game. I did save it. Krastorio 2 Season 1. I did have a Season 1 beforehand, but I never really got anywhere with it. 1.0 came out, and then one of my Jamorian had did a chill build server. He just launched one, and so I was playing vanilla for about 2 weeks, which was quite a bit of fun. So I was kind of happy to be able to play vanilla Factorio. But that server is currently down. He has a ticket open with Nitrado to see what the situation is. And hopefully they'll get back to him sometime this week. I think Nitrado is based in Germany, so they should be getting back to him soon, if I recall correctly. I could be mistaken. Okay. Let's bring up OBS here so I can see my stream as I'm streaming it. Alright, let's play. Alright. Now, we don't have the ability, we're still stuck on burner drills. We do have assemblies, machines. Nope. You keep doing your supposed to do here. I do have to kind of keep an eye on our pollution cloud, because if we do get close enough to one of these guys where we end up aggroing them, we're going to go take out the biter nest because I don't have turrets. That's going to be a thing that we're going to have to kind of pay close attention to. Now, a couple of things first is this is going to be where our smelting area is going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and start setting up our automation area over here. And first thing we're going to do, see here, 1 copper plate produces 2 copper cables, so yeah, 1-to-2 ratio between those guys is appropriate. And then on top of that, we will put this guy down here. This is where our wood is going to come from. Probably, I have doubts that we're going to really need all that many. Because the more of these that we end up producing, the more problematic it's going to end up being. So, wood, you go into here. No, hold on a sec. There we go. Actually, shit. All right. These haven't even kicked on yet. Alright, I'm going to come back down here. I'm going to go ahead and grab some more things here. We have plenty of coal, so we're good in that regards. I'm going to grab some more coal because you can never have enough coal. Pollution check. We're getting kind of close to this guy, so this guy might be the first one that we take care of. come back over here to where the I should get some stone so I can like travel back and forth between these guys a little bit quicker. I might do that. Keep on doing that. Yep, you keep on doing that. Go chop down some more trees, because we're going to need some more room over here anyways. It might make a lot of sense to do the I'm Afraid of the Dark mod. This might spread a little bit faster. But, okay, so we got this guy taken care of. Now the next one is going to be a little bit more challenging, because red require automation core and a blank tech card. So we got to automate both of those. Now, this guy requires gears. Yeah, okay. Gears, iron, so I'm going to go up here a little bit. And we're doing it that way so we can do this. So that'll be our gears. That'll be our iron pick. That'll be that, and I sort of think actually we're going to do it this way. Do it this way. All right. Is this going to... Nope. Do it this way. So that takes care of how that's going to work, but then we also need to do these blank tech cards. And this requires iron plate plus copper cable. So what we'll do is copper cable, blank tech card. Oh. copper. Well, I'll be darned. I can do it this way. And there. Okay, so let's see how this all pans out. Let's go ahead and throw down all these guys here. Perfect! Yay! Now we can go ahead. I need to come over here and grab some more coal. Actually, this guy we might end up getting to a little bit closer. Well, there's some trees in the way, so maybe we'll get lucky. This guy, I think, end up. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Grab some more of these. That looks good to me. Now we got 3 of these guys, yeah, so we're gonna need to make 10 more of those guys. Have a full 12. Not bad with no splitters or undergrounds. Last time I tried this, it was a bigger mess, and then I realized I could do this configuration, which worked out a lot better. All right, so and let's do this. Ba-da-ba-doom. Power these guys up. So did I make too many of them? I'm like, nope, 4 is right. All right, now these are kicking on. Nice. Very small amount, but they're working. Actually, no, that's what this guy's doing. That's right, this does produce a little bit of power. All right, now this one can also be done next, but we're going to definitely need a form of automation here. So, what do we want? Logistics. We got loaders too. Ooh, loaders. It's doing that thing again. What's wrong with you, camera? Camera's being a little weird. All right, so start research. Definitely start research on that. Gonna need that, and then that's next. All right. All right. You're good. Let's see how you're doing. Chances are we're going to end up chewing through our automation science fairly quickly. Oh. Oops, need to come back up here. Don't need that, but I probably should. I keep thinking I need to make some stone pathing. Oh yes, and also need to fill in the copper fields here because there. Plenty left over. Oh, I can dump this in some extra tech cards. Let's go do it. We only had 7 tech cards. That's surprising. Let's add this. Yep, screw it. We don't need these anymore. It's basically like extremely slow versions of the things now that we can go ahead and make on our own anyway. So we'll tear these down so they're not taking up any power. I mean, the amount of power that they're taking up is pretty minuscule. But... okay, so let's again check on our pollution cloud. Doing alright. Alright, power, we're doing alright. How's it? Oh, I should probably check on this. It's fine. Just so that we have a redundant connection there, just so I don't accidentally disconnect everything. Basic tech card. Oh, there's where the rest of them were. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought that 7 seems like a really slow number because a small number because I'm like, there's no way in hell that I calculated exactly, even by accident. It just seemed extremely unlikely. So, yeah. Alright, so you're good. You're good. fine. Very good. And you could use some love. There you go. And we'll just throw the rest of you in there. Why not? Alright, cool. Now we actually have, yep, this, we're producing some, we'll let you finish off your job. We're not going to deny you your reason d'etre. Now this is a 1 science per second setup. Well, technically I should clarify that 1 half science per second because these are all half 50% efficiency assemblers. So these setups here are pretty much the setups that we're going to be using for the most part. Now let's go ahead and grab some more items. This is ready to kind of like run for a little while. I'm going to, so that I'm not like constantly paranoid and worried about aggro, I'm going to go ahead and search and hunt down some biters because I think yeah, alright, so that looks good. See, we'll take care of this guy. That guy's fine. We'll take care of those two. This one I'm a little nervous about too, but we'll just take them all out. Now with our extremely low level extremely low level of evolution here in this game. Hey, we got turrets. I was shooting at rocks there for a bit. Okay. I'm gonna have to get a shovel at some point and clear that out. So I'm just gonna put an icon over here. Biomass is here. We're gonna get to the point where those won't necessarily be we don't need to like really pay attention to that too much. I think I'm gonna come down here and take care of this one next. I think we're off to a pretty good start. There, check that actually mute me. It did not. Okay. Good to know that my fantastic Windows 10. I'm actually kind of surprised that this operating system didn't recognize that. hit the mute button so that when I coughed, that wouldn't cause any problems. Okay. Yeah, we need steel. Is there anything else that we kind of need here? Oh, yeah. That's definitely always handy. Containers. We don't have really need for large containers yet. Automation 2, that's kind of cool. A few items around down here that we probably want to get at, but I think we're set to the point now after this, and we can just basically plow through the rest of these in order. We don't need to worry about any particular item that we want. And with the green, we will have rail. Get this twisted cliff terrain here. The steel ice isn't horribly important, although it is convenient. Alright, we'll come in from the north. Alright. Again, let's go ahead and mark you with biomass. These have range. Kind of surprised. So one down here, we're definitely going to need a little bit of love. That and that. Now we are definitely producing more pollution. We're not making a more efficient base here. That is for sure. These guys will come in along the side just to make it a little bit easier. That's one of the downsides. This game it favors east-west directionality with regards to exploration and tactics, by virtue of the fact that biomass. Ah, shit. Nope, nope. Biomass. Alright, and then we'll take care of this guy last here. Oh, that was a squishy sound. My boots actually made a squishy sound, stepping on biomass. On the hunt for more biters. Ah, 2 belt. I can't do that one. Dang it. That's unfortunate. That was a green science one. Yeah. Let's see. I stepped in some spittle. There we go. Alright, that ought to take care of, yeah, just gotta keep an eye on that pollution cloud. Make sure that we don't accidentally hit any of these guys. Oh, yeah, we don't want to forget. Mark it on the map so we can come pick it up later. And up, up, up we go, back home. Now we do have these 2 guys that are kind of like going to be next in line. They're going to be kind of like in our danger zone. But we'll deal with them at a time of our own choosing. Wonder if I should have played with Afraid of the Dark. Yeah, I'm looking at the stream. It's not horrible, but it is kind of dim during nighttime, and I got the Clockwork mod, which does kind of well, it doesn't kind of. It increases the length of the day and night times by 4 times. Like, yep. Come up here. That's not where we want to go. That's a dead end. Looking forward to cliff explosives. I'm not exactly sure what it takes to get cliff explosives. I think that is a military science deal, so we'll have to find out. Ooh, look at that. You guys are full. Go ahead and dump these in here for now. just got to come over here and fill these guys up. Oh, I can build electric dealy bobbers now. Mining drills. Dealy bobbers, that is a technical term. Yeah, let's throw another one at you. Wood, we're running low on again. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and make sure that our coal supply is good. Fluid chemistry. I don't think we have too many sciences. Yeah, I mean, we have oil processing coming up here, but yeah, that's still a ways off yet. Finally get rid of this guy. Oh god, that feels good. What am I thinking? What was I gonna do? And toss you up here. You're not what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. Sure, we have enough of these, so we don't need to worry about that for a bit. We did, in fact, hold on a sec. Right. They'll say, hey, we need splitters. Loaders might not be a bad idea, but I don't think we quite need them yet. We'll do coal first. Trees. We need trees. We got trees. We need trees. We got trees. Do all the trees. And bring the wood back up here again. I can probably build like a greenhouse. Not too far from here. Have it belted back here. Water sources. Yeah, this is like our only water source. So if I wanted to do that, they'd have to put like the greenhouses like down here, which isn't that big of a deal. It would reduce the reliance that I have on using wood or using trees, manually cutting down trees as a source of wood. You're still doing your thing. You're still doing your thing. All right. We need more iron plates. Iron plates. It might not be a bad idea to set up more mining drills, but actually, no, that would be a bad idea. To make the greenhouse, I have to make glass. Remember, glass. I need sand. In order to make sand, I need a crusher. So greenhouse is still ways off yet. And we're kind of at 1/2 here, but we can't really expand this. I mean, we could, but then we have to move all of this. I don't want to have to deal with that yet. So we're fine as is for now. I will do this, so. I think that's the last one. Nope, there's plastics. Oh yeah, yeah, plastics. I think plastic is the last one. Plastic is a requirement of this guy, which is, of course, what we need for, for red circuits. All good, all good. So we got this all set up, ready to go in case we need it. And now we're at the hurry up and wait stage of the game, where we need to wait for our pocket crafting of things to finish. Then we can start automating power. I suppose what I can do is we can start getting prepared. I don't like this. Well, that's fine. This is fine, yeah. There's a cliff there, and I'm like, oh, I technically am at the edge, aren't I? Alright. Alright, so how are we going to do this? Iron. I did the math once here. So iron requires 10 iron ore in 16 seconds. And it creates 5 iron plates. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we need a full belt of iron ore to fill up a half belt of iron plates. So that's right. Second, I need to check something here. All right. And I think I'll start from up here. I don't know. I am gonna have to make trying to remember here. The so this requires here 10 iron ore every 16 seconds. So 10/16 or 5/8 of an iron ore per second. A belt can transport 15 items per second. So in order for this to carry like a maximum, or to be able to maximize all of this, so whatever 5/8, I'm sorry, so 15 divided by into 5/8. I have a calculator which you cannot see. So 15 divided by 5 divided by 8. 24. Exactly 24. That's 12 on each side, which is actually pretty good. Now, if we need to update this to say, yeah, there's enough room. Okay. All right. And just repeat down here. All right, so I think we're gonna, yeah, we'll end up bringing our coal up from the bottom here, so. And yeah, that'll fit. So this will be iron. One thing that I need to think about is also how to do steel. So this will produce a full belt of iron, or 15 iron per second. Steel requires 2 iron plates per 2 seconds, so 1 iron per second. So 15 or 16 on each side. Well, we'll do 16 because that's higher than the what the belt capacity is, so we want to over-engineer things. So 1 iron per second means 15. 8 on each side. I think that'll work. All right, that's our going to be our. This will be our steel belt. This will be our iron belt. Oh, shit. You know what? Just thought of something too. Steel is actually a bit of a different. This is iron beam. I'm thinking derp. Yeah, shit. Well, with steel plate being like an actual thing, why don't I just say, okay, we got 2 of these. Yeah, yeah, we'll do 2 of these. This will be iron. We'll have 2 copper because we're going to consume a lot of copper. That's fine. I think that's how we ended up doing it last time. How's our pollution cloud looking? Pretty good. Let's go dump some of this here because I think we're going to need to do next. We're going to do 2 copper and 1 stone, and that'll basically be our smelt. This will be our smelting area. Now, no, we're not doing a bus, or at least not really. I guess we're kind of sort of doing a bus, but it'll be kind of spaghetti-like. All right. We're doing pretty good here. Oh, hey, speaking of, let's, or not speaking of, because I didn't say anything. Doo-doo-doo. A 3 and a 4 and a 5. Yeah, I think that's it. Go back over here, drop all this off. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. The rest of you we can go ahead and drop off over here. Alright, so let's maybe overdid the burner inserts just a touch. Oh, that's something we gotta do too, is we need to make speaking of inserters, we need to really focus on getting regular inserters here. This requires that. No, we don't have any copper. That's because we dumped all of our copper. Shit. Alright, let's go ahead and grab our copper. Alright. Nice, so let's go ahead and start doing this. Wow, look at that. We did it exactly the right number here. Oops. So 3, 3, and 3. Yeah, we do a 3x3 balancer for this. Time is it? Okay, I still got about an hour and a half before, whoops, I have to make dinner, or start making dinner. Actually, I'll probably end the stream about an hour. Red belt balancer, boom, we'll put you there. Yeah, let's do this really quick. From red to yellow, from red to yellow, from red to yellow. think I'm going to double the power output here before I get a little bit too aggressive. Oops, I do need some stone. So 4 furnaces, 8 steam engines. Oh no, we're gonna have to make all those. Alright, well. We can at the very least, so we need to grab some more of these guys here. So, yeah, the downside of this is that we have like a ton of leftover coal. Shockingly embarrassing amount of coal, actually. What I'll do first is... There. And this middle one will kind of go into here. That we'll make this into coal, and we might even do... Nope, we don't want to do it here because that's where this is going to expand. But somewhere over here, we'll put the coal and we'll make coal to coke. That just requires, of course, wood and coal. So, alright. Yeah, we don't have much longer. We should probably... Well, I need to expand this first. Ooh. Yeah. Because when we take all these apart too, we're gonna get like a shit ton of coal back too from that too. I mean, well, we're gonna do our coke to coal. Coal to coke production facility is somewhere around here, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Check our pollution cloud, steady as always. It's either increase or decrease, but it's going to change a lot when we actually start getting into, oh boy, we're gonna need to make, okay, let's think about this here. So, logistics, we need iron gear, electronic circuits, and the blank tech cards. So the blank tech cards, again, not a big deal. That's just iron and copper deals. Iron gear, again, not an issue. We can easily make that. It's going to be the electronic circuits, I think, that are going to be kind of the problem. Those electronic circuits, yeah, require wood. And we can go around chopping the rest of these trees down. That's not a big deal. But we're also going to have to like start thinking about, hey, we should probably build a greenhouse. Alright, so this requires wood, iron plate, copper plates. Alright, not a problem. Not a problem. Shit. I need to put some of these guys here. Wooden poles work just fine for mining outposts. The only downside is I gotta, like, you know, connect them on the back end. Like, thusly. Alright, and let's go ahead. We're gonna hit a brownout, but let's see what happens. We hit a brownout. There we go. We're kind of like at danger territory, but I think we'll be fine. Right. That'll die down a little bit once this belt gets saturated. Shouldn't take too much longer. All right. How many do we have? 7. All right. So, in order for us to start doing iron, eek, yeah, and stone. Oh god, that's gonna be something. Oh yeah, I forgot about. There's like one right here. Oh, wouldn't you know it? All right. That is going to be going to do it like that. And regular gears, we'll do it there. Okay. Go ahead and grab some more iron, or more copper. We got some copper sitting down here. Dun dun. And so now we gotta do green. Oh, look at that, we're going through quite a bit of wood. That means we gotta chop down a bunch of wood. Yeah. Soon we will get our greenhouse. Fortunately, as of this moment, wood is like the easiest resource for us to get. Just tie this over for now. Get over here, fill this, top this guy off. Here we just like basically load to here. Boom. All right, so this helps us quite a bit. Nope, we want that to be this. All right. And you are the blank tech card. And let's see. Oh, and I just remembered. All right, this will. Oops. Let's go grab a few more items because we need long-handed inserters. And oh. Oh, that's out of resources already? That did not take long. Right. Mm-hmm. All right, and let's just kind of like do it here. The R2 noises are kind of hilarious. All right, what do we want to do next? This one is an important one because his anti-materiel rifle is one of the most powerful early game guns that you can get. You do have to use a special magazine for the gun, so you have to. It's a special type of ammunition that you could use. But I particularly enjoy it because it is extremely powerful and it'll rip right through from a distance too. So you can actually like knock out from a long distance biter nests and worms from out of range, from spitting distance. It does help to have turrets by you because while you're shooting long range, you don't want the short range guys to get at you. So make sure that you set up your turrets next to your position so that if anything does approach you, you can focus on the long range targets while your turrets take care of the short range ones. And I've taken out some pretty large biter nests using that method. Uh, so that's one I usually focus on right off the bat, and then I usually go for these next because basically this is like free ammunition. Well, it's not free, but it's boosts your ammunition and makes your uh, kill rate a lot more uh, it makes things a lot easier to deal, especially when you start getting into larger biter nests. So those are the military ones. Trying to think of what else we can use. Yeah, we're gonna start getting into some pretty high-end stuff, but the green science like goes like quite a ways. I sort of feel like this one requires. Yeah, we'll deal with that first, and then silicon processing. And this, last but not least, boom. Mining productivity. This will get us, yeah, plus 10%, basically free ores. So that's always kind of nice to have. Bit of an expensive path to get there, but, I'm sort of thinking that that's not a bad idea to sort of beeline for that sort of thing. And it'll give us a little bit of a chance to kind of like breathe and try to figure out what we need to do next because, we seriously need to start getting like iron protection up. Right now, our iron production is kind of a bottleneck, and so without that, we're going to be kind of in hot potato type of situation here. And so once iron is gone, then we can kind of get like the things like wood protection automated with our glass houses. Because oh yeah, we need to start crushing our stone into sand so that we can take our sand, turn that into glass, and start making things that are much that are further down the tech tree. Glass is kind of an important one. I think this even requires glass. Electronic components, yes, electronic components require glass and silicon and plastic. So in addition to the oil products that we need, we're also going to need to make glass and silicon. Now silicon is made from quartz, and quartz is made from sand and water. Oh, interesting. In a filtration plant. Interesting. But yeah, the processes for making this. So we're gonna have to like get a bunch of things starting to get up, and this is where like the aspect of the Krastorio is not really a game that you do a main bus for. It's more of a modular type of setup. So basically, like we're gonna have an area that's dedicated for making wood. We're gonna have an area that's dedicated for making glass, and we're gonna have an area dedicated for making quartz, and we're gonna combine these areas, bring them into a central location, actually manufacture our goods. So early on, we're going to have to kind of like focus on modular-based designs, and so we're going to have to spread out quite a bit because modular-based designs tend to be very expansive. So we're going to need the room. So that means that we're going to have to like start going out there and taking out more biter nests and all that, which is fine. I mean, now we're finally getting into the green science. What's the name of that science? Logistics. Okay, so we're getting into logistics science, and that'll open up quite a few things. The next step up, the next two ones are going to be military science and chemical science. And both of these, unlike the vanilla counterpart, military science does require uh, some oil input. If I look into here, yeah, electronic components. So electronic components is required, which does take plastic. And also the military science requires biomass, and at present we can only manually harvest biomass. We cannot automatically produce it. There is a tech down the line that does allow us to automatically produce it, but for now, in order for us to do military science, we have to go out and knock off some biters. Fun times. All right, so I think now's a good time. It is about 5 o'clock here local time, and I think now is a good time for me to go ahead and end the stream up. I was going to do a kind of like a watch me work kind of stream where I was going to do some coding work on a project that I'm working on during my free time. And unfortunately, I'm not quite there yet for stream capabilities because I still got to do a little bit of research on some of the technology that I'm using. I'm using RethinkDB as a database. I was going to use MongoDB, but unfortunately with MongoDB, it is not released under an open source license. So I was reading some of the controversy. So a few years ago, they used to be under the AGPL, which was sort of like a GPL type license with an asterisk next to it, and everything was all fine and good. But then they switched over to their own proprietary license, and they tried submitting it to the open source initiative to have it registered an open source license, and they aggressively said no. They were like, "This is not an open source license. There's no way that we can approve it." And my guess is like negotiations broke down pretty early on, and so they basically withdrew their license for consideration. And so basically, MongoDB is now being released under a proprietary license. Now there is an older version of MongoDB that can be used. It is released under the old license, but it is out of date. It hasn't been actively maintained for a while, which is kind of unfortunate because I know MongoDB, and MongoDB is actually kind of a favorite for mine as far as the technology stack is concerned. But the fact that it's no longer open source and they kind of like took their cookies and ran with them, I guess, is kind of unfortunate. So uh, what will mean is that I looked at other NoSQL type databases that I could use, and there's a number of them, and some of them are kind of like they're in various stages of development. Some of them are very early. Some of them have been abandonware for a number of years. RethinkDB was almost like abandonware for a couple of years not too long ago, but it kind of got to start picking up again. Somebody forked the project, and then they remerged the fork back into the original code base once they finally figured out who to contact in order to make that happen, I guess. So, and RethinkDB is a pretty decent one. It's not quite, I don't think, as scalable as MongoDB, but I don't care. For my purposes, it is just fine. It has a nice little API that I can work with. Doesn't really have an ORM. The ORMs that I did find are also kind of abandoned where they haven't been updated since like 2017 and all that. And the code is not so much that they're bad code. The code that they're written under is fine. It's the dependencies that I imagine will be a problem. So if I like decided to use one of those projects, I'd probably have to fork it just so I can get the dependencies up to date and make sure there aren't any security issues and all that, because that is an issue with some projects under the JavaScript realm, is just the sheer dependency issue where a project isn't maintained for a couple of years. Well, it might still be good code that the actual module has been released under, but if the dependencies aren't up to date, well, so what? So I've got a little bit of research on that to do. So I might end up having to develop my own ORM as it were. Also, some other decisions that I have to make, like how I want to connect with Rethink DB. Do I want to use a connection pool? All that stuff, because like a lot of that stuff is usually handled by the ORM. And without an ORM, I kind of have to sit here and think, okay, I got to basically build my own ORM, which isn't a big deal. I kind of have an idea of how to do that. I've just never done that before. So, uh, and it's not going to be a general purpose ORM. It's going to be a very specific kind of ORM that I'm going to be developing for my own purposes. So it's not going to be something that I'll plan on releasing as its own separate project. It's just some code I got to write to kind of enforce a schema at the application layer, because NoSQL databases do not enforce schemas at the database layer. So there is that. But anyway, yeah, I think now's a good time to go ahead and wrap up the stream. Appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. I will be doing more streams like this later on in the week. This is kind of a new experiment for me. I haven't done YouTube in quite a while, so I'm going back and doing more YouTube streams, and I hope to do more of them in the future. And I'll be saving these streams to a playlist so people can watch them later. And really looking forward to it, to this grand experiment, and see how things go. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you later.